Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Well, we didn't get another high overnight here on the Ethereum chart. Bitcoin made one, however. So that leaves us a little bit in the dark about these wave structures here, because ideally I would have liked to see one more wave up. Bitcoin did it. Ethereum only moved all the way up here to 1227. This is already the Binance chart, so it should actually be accurate. We can just double check, do we have the same situation on other charts, on other exchanges? Seems like that, yeah. Seems like that, and therefore there's basically two options for us. After hitting here the support area, turning around, hitting this support area, turning around, we're basically waiting now for the next support area, because I basically would have to count it as a 5-wave move, if I want to align it with Bitcoin. It is, in my opinion, unlikely that this is still the 4th wave, and then there should be another 5th wave coming. I mean, you need to have that as an option, but we also need to be honest that Bitcoin already made that higher high. So yeah, it's a bit difficult. Hope you understand what I mean. Ideally, after such a B wave low, which was forecasted, happened, turnaround happened as anticipated, you would expect 5 waves to the upside in a wave C. Yeah, I don't have 5 waves up. Now what you sometimes get, and that is the same way if it goes impulsively to the downside, sometimes you don't have a very clear picture of the lower level waves, because you see all sorts of messy stuff on the lower level wave counts. I mean, if I look at the 1 minute chart, and 1 minute is actually an appropriate time frame to really count the micro counts, but you can see this happens so fast that maybe somewhere in here you have a 4th and a 5th hidden. Hope that makes it clear. It just makes common sense, basically. Looking at Bitcoin made 5 waves, why would I not have the same idea for ETH, right? So I'm going to go with that now, knowing that it could be wrong, yeah. But my understanding would be, and that's sort of how I see it best in terms of proportions, because if we look at target, so minimum target for this, so we looked at this, said, okay, this could be an ABC pattern. Can also be something more bullish, for example 1, 2, 3, and then there will be a 4 and a 5. But what is important in the short term is, I told you that I don't think this move up is finished yet. I think the bounce continues. So that means we're looking here at a target. We take the 1-to-1 ratio between waves A and C, and the first target based on the latest low would be 1260 for the wave C. Would be the very first target. I mean, the very first target is actually here, the 61.8% extension. That's the very first target that you get for a C wave. So that was actually reached, but it would be a bit short. Also looking at Bitcoin, ideally we want to go higher. So yeah, next target would be 1260, 1259, 1260. Very important is that ETH now doesn't drop below this low anymore of 1185. If we do that, I think this whole thing could really break down and we go to $1,000, maybe even lower. We need to hold these support levels now to get a reliable, at least 3-wave structure to the upside. A, B, C. Yeah, that's what we need now. And that means in the short term, as long as we're holding this low at 1184, we are most likely going to push higher. So there's basically my view is basically we still will go higher. Minimum would be 1260. Okay, and again, there's various possibilities here on the micro. I mean, I can show you 5-6 wave counts. It would only confuse you. Maybe for everybody who wants to see a few possibilities, just stay on. But before we do that, I'm gonna zoom out a bit. Yeah, so ideally higher still. Maybe before we do that, I'm going to give you the next support area, which is relevant. So if we assume we had 5 waves up, yeah, then we could assume that we're now in this C wave, and the C wave would move up in 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Maybe higher than 1260. But the relevant support area would be between 1209 and 1195. This would be ideal. And then we have something here like in the wave 2, something like an A wave would work out quite well actually. Something like that. That would be the ideal structure, how I would like to see it and what I think is the most appropriate one. But I'm going to show you a few other possibilities in a minute. Anybody who wants to stay on, yeah, this is sort of my primary expectation. But there are, of course, some more possibilities in the short term here that maybe not everybody's interested in because it can become quite confusing. But yeah, this is sort of the idea that this could only be a 3-wave move to the upside. Again, ABC, yeah. ABC. But as explained in previous videos, when we looked at the higher level wave count, we could also have something, let's say, more bullish going on, like an extended A, B, C pattern. And then we would have in this move up not only 3 waves, A, B, C, but actually 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that could take us a bit higher. But therefore, I'm telling you, in the very short term, this doesn't really matter too much, because in both scenarios, also in the bearish one, where we would eventually break down maybe from let's say 1260 or a little bit higher, I would still expect at the moment higher prices. Maybe after a small drop into the wide support area, but then still go higher. Okay, and that gives us some nice trade setups and the possibility to move up stop losses continuously. Good. And that's actually my view about Ethereum. For anybody who's interested, I want to show you a few other possibilities here, how this could turn out. So I'm gonna just show you here with some yellow lines, so I don't need to do the wave count again. But another possibility would be that here in this C wave, this was indeed only 3 waves yesterday. So we had here a 1, 2, 3. That what we're doing now is a wave 4 triangle, and there will be one more wave up in a wave 5, maybe even quite a long wave 5, and that will get to 1260, for example. And then we have possibly in these 5 waves that you can see there now in yellow completed the wave C already. That would be a bit more bearish, and we wouldn't reach that high as in the yellow wave count here, where we assume basically we've only seen a wave 1 yet. But you can say we had here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the move up from yesterday's low is in my opinion rather a 3-wave move. I find this pattern here a little bit less likely because it is not in line with Bitcoin directly, but it's possible. So that's one possibility. And the other possibility is, of course, that we've already seen here again those 5 waves to the upside here. But it's not very clear because, as I said, this pump yesterday doesn't really give us a very clear vision of the subdivisions. So if we want to be very bearish, we could say the wave C already topped here because we reached a 61.8% extension of wave A. But it's not likely in my view. The move down for that is not impulsive enough. Good. But yeah, these are the key possibilities. I know on the short term it can be a bit confusing, but of course I need to show you here the different possibilities, the 2 or 3 most likely ones. But ideally we are going into this wide support area now I showed you, and however we don't have to, and this could go up straight away if we break above 1228. I think that would be a very, very clear signal, and if we go above that level, my view will be first that we're already in the 3rd wave to the upside. Okay. That's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.